Hey everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great Small. Today we're going to be doing a video review discussion of a currently ongoing Kickstarter, at least the time that I'm filming this. So I did a review a couple months back from War Scenery for some of their kind of science fiction-y, appropriate for Star Wars, that's what I'm using for Star Wars Legion terrain, which I really liked. I was very happy about it. Since that video, War Scenery reached out to me and said they were launching a new Kickstarter, and they wanted to know if I was interested in maybe doing a promotional video. So just to let you know, they did give me early access to STLs for the Kickstarter. However, these are not finalized versions, so what you're seeing here might not be exactly 100% what you get in the Kickstarter. You know, they have time to improve or make any changes, whatever they want. So just know anything you see up here close is not finalized design. So the Kickstarter is pretty cool. They run pretty good Kickstarters that aren't too expensive, and they've got great terrain and different options. They've got add-ons you can do. So what you're seeing here are some of the buildings in the base pledge. These are houses that could be suitable for anything, a desert planet, you know, things like that. Any kind of more like rural instead of an urban kind of science fiction-y environment. So I painted one in, or it's printed one in the same method that I did my last set. And I should say this set is called The Streets of Yar'Kassy, or Yar'Kassy, something like that. Streets of Yar'Kassy. I'll have a link in the video description below if you want to go check out the Kickstarter. But like the previous Kickstarter that I backed, I printed it in PLA. At least I tried to see if I could, you know, get away with just printing it in colored PLA and playing with it. So this was an example of that. You can see that one of the things that happened was I ran out of PLA. So I had to do the rest in gray because I don't have any more of that kind of ivory color PLA. The models are really, really cool. They've got lots of, well, I won't say lots, but they've got additional pieces, you know, shutters. This one has like a clothes hanging on a clothesline, a canopy over the I guess the fruit selling section. I guess the guys at War Scenery, at least for these last terrain sets that I've seen, love selling fruit. They have fruit markets, vegetable markets, whatever they are. They've got lots of markets spread out on here. It is multi-layer. There's some steps up here. The top does come off. Now these ones, at least the ones that I received, don't have an interior, whereas the last ones, those ones did have an interior. So these are just kind of plain inside. The door is not the door is not removable. It's just one piece. So yeah, this one is kind of the same way. This one's super simple. It has a nice flat top, so you can get all your models, but you can still take the lid off, but no interior. And then they've got some cool, I don't know what you want to call these, like outdoor market tents. The way that they're constructed is pretty clever. They do have little pegs, so you can attach the posts to the frame, to the base, and then glue them so that they'll be reinforced, or leave them as pegs so you can break it down easier. But that's removable, so if you want to get guys inside, you can. Really cool stuff. I like it. It's terrain, but you can see through it, so it's not line of sight blocking, but it probably could get some concealment or cover in there. I like it. This does have a textured base. You know, it's got like sand or dirt that you can paint up to match your table. They also sent me some STLs of their scatter terrain. I printed them with a brim, but I haven't removed the brim yet. These all printed without any problem. The buildings, this stuff. Oh, I did have one error printing, but I'm pretty sure it's my settings. This, I think, goes with the covered tent. And it knocked over, and I got like a little squiggly smoosh on the top of it where it fell over. But I looked at it and like that could be steam or smoke or something. I could just paint that and fine. So I can rescue the piece. It's not a waste. And like I said, I think that was my settings. I didn't have my brim settings on, which I turned on for these, and like I said, I had no problem at all. Scatter terrain is always good and helpful to have plenty of scatter terrain. I'll probably print another set of these just so I have enough to spread around the table, again to provide cover. We will be playing Star Wars Legion at some point. I think Sam volunteered, and hopefully we'll get that on the table. But I wanted to kind of share my excitement with War Scenery. I personally have backed, I think, 3 or 4 of their terrain sets. So even though I didn't back this one because they sent me some review copies, I really like their stuff, and I think you get a good amount for what you pay for. The STLs are pretty cool. Obviously, these were done with a lot of love and a lot of attention to detail. They're really cool. Any downsides? Well, I'm going to say I am a little disappointed that the doors aren't removable, that the interiors aren't done. And again, these are, not finalized designs, so that could change. But I was a little disappointed to see that. But honestly, when I'm playing a game of Star Wars Legion, I'm not going to be opening the door and, worrying about the interiors of buildings. But it's nice to have, and it's nice. The other thing is, I mentioned this in my other review, and I know they came back with a comment in that review saying it was a good idea, but I don't think they've implemented it yet. Being able to multicolor print these models. For example, if the door could have been separate and a different color, that would have been cool. The roof, maybe if just the circular part was separate, so that could be red and the rest of the roof could match. But otherwise, I think it's pretty cool. I'm looking at this without words, thinking about how I could get guys on here and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. There are ladders back here to climb to the top. There's a cool little sign. I mean, just looking at it, I'm finding more and more details that I really like. So there you go, guys. This is War Sceneries, the Street of Yar'Kassy, whatever it's called. Check them out on Kickstarter, see if you like them or not. If you do, tell them, All Miniatures Great and Small sent you. If you don't, you don't. It's not a big deal. I like their stuff. I'm probably going to back more of their stuff in the future. I like terrain, even though I'm slowly filling up my garage with more and more terrain that I need to paint or need to play with. I probably have more Star Wars buildings than I ever need. But they're so cool, and they're so much fun. And I keep 3D printing them, so I guess that's a good sign that I really like them. They're a lot of fun. Terrain is its own beast. Before 3D printing was so prevalent, terrain was, you had to go buy it. I bought several sets from, I think mostly over in Europe and Poland that were awesome, but they were expensive. And or you had like cardboard kits or stuff you made out of cereal packets and things like that. Now terrain is so much better, so much more fun, so much more immersive. It's a no-brainer. All right, guys, there you go. Like I said, check out their Kickstarter if you want to. Some really cool stuff there, even if you're not interested in it. Just give it a look-see. Again, the link's in the video description below. As always, I appreciate you watching. Please do consider giving us a like and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm, especially for these small YouTube channels like mine. Also consider YouTube. We have a membership that you could join and get early access to videos like this one. All right, thanks guys, and keep on gaming.